Good morning. It's Jordan, the 1031 doctor, and I've got a really interesting deal for doctors and lawyers and non-professional real estate people in a 1031 exchange. This is a fire and forget deal that if you're in your 40s and a doctor, physician, dentist, I'd be looking in really closely at this deal in Anaheim, California. Let's dive into this deal, and I'll tell you why. 1031 Doctor has been buying, building, selling, leasing triple net investments across the country since 1986, and we'll deliver a 24-hour analysis for $299. And we've been doing it a long time, so let's jump into this deal. It's on Crexy. It's been on the market for 27 days, so it's a new listing, and it's a corporate Jack in the Box, and we love Jack in the Box. It's definitely internet resistant unless the Jetsons whole thing comes into play and they're delivering fast food with drones, which I doubt very highly. This deal is way below replacement cost. To replace this building and land, it'd probably be about four and a half million bucks, and they're asking 2.4. So this is by far better than a U.S. Treasury bond. You will get a 4.66 on asking price return, and in 1.2 years, it's going to go to over 5. So that's really good. Let's check out some of the information on this deal. It's in Anaheim. It's not the greatest part of Anaheim. The traffic isn't the greatest. You want to be closer to Coachella and Disneyland, but this thing would be 10 million if it was closer to that. And I actually know of some people that have some properties. One guy has a McDonald's next to uh, Disneyland that he did with Ray Kroc back in the day, and he still owns it. And anyway, so this is a corporate guarantee. It's not a ground lease. Now be very careful when it says sale condition 1031 exchange. Make sure they're not going to just sell it if the actual seller is able to find a 1031 exchange, because then you're going to be in a quagmire and you're going to blow up your exchange and it'll be a nightmare. Those are very rare. But if they have another property they've identified and they're in escrow with that, that may be another story, but it's definitely a risk you have to weigh. They're saying that it's a compelling opportunity, a QSR asset in Anaheim. They said it would cost 3.1 to 4.3 to build, and so I wasn't far off. It's a half acre. 54,000 cars per day is pretty good. But there is a center median here. If you look at the picture, and I'll show you others, that always affects the value of the land. Center medians, I don't like center medians. Uh, that's basically what it is. So this is land value at $129 a foot. That's basically what this is. And but they have 3 5-year options to extend. I think maybe even 4 5-year options. So it's going to be 20 years before you see this rent double. But the rent can definitely double. Let's open the OM and take a better look. So that'll show you where everything is in LA, and that's the map. Let's try to move this forward here, and it's not going. Slowly, and we'll go this way. It's not catching up. That's okay. Here we go. And there we go. That'll give you an idea. You got Pizza Hut next door, and State College Boulevard, 26,000. So I don't know where they're getting their 50,000. Maybe at this intersection, but this intersection is not 50,000. That intersection probably is. So that's a little misleading. Low market rents, I bet. Yeah, 115, that could be 200,000 easily for this property if it was brand new, if not more, if not to an even better tenant. But Jack in the Box is a big company, and they made a smart move by jettisoning Del Taco off their sheets. So the company is really strong, not worried about it. So you'll get a 5% in a year and a half, and then you've got so 12 to 15 months, and usually they try to front load that and try to get you to pay for a five. They try to get they try to capitalize on this, but they're not doing it in this case. In a way they are, but in a way they're not. So below replacement cost, we already said that. Drive through, and it's not quite a half acre. When you get under a half acre, it becomes really hard to redevelop this property to another type of use. But you can. This is probably maxed out floor area ratio wise now. And if you were to try to redevelop this, they would never allow it. There's not enough stacking, and so you'd need double the size to get this approved now in the current market with the city, how the city is this, how hard it is to deal with the city to get drive-through permits. So it seems that they have operated this location since 2004. They did a remodel in 2019. They spent a half a mil. So in 20 years, when this is up, this is going to be depreciated, but it'll still be pretty good. They might do another remodel in that time, but they're definitely not going anywhere. When it says 1.3 years remaining, they're not going anywhere. So they're going to be exercising all their options. Here they are. So there's three. So there's only 15 years, 16 years left. That's better than a 20-year bond, 30-year bond by far. There's no increases in the interest rate in bonds. This one's going to be giving you some all the way up to 5.5 to 6% interest. And at the end, you've got a piece of real estate that's worth a lot more than you paid. There's no doubt about that. So it's an 8%, not a 10% each 5 years. Absolute net lease. And it's not. Now, here's an issue. There's a right of first refusal for 14 days. And I've told you in other videos, this can be problematic. I mean, I've seen them 30 days. That is almost impossible if you're in an exchange. You can't sit around and wait for the company to decide if they're going to buy it. This company might actually buy this deal. I would be very, very careful on that one. I would be very careful. Jack in the Box just may exercise their option. Here's a better view. The Pizza Hut's got a better lot. This is the corner. This dental thing is a whatever. You got Shell there and tires. Here's Wiener Schnitzel. Love Wiener Schnitzel. The founder, his name was Bacon. I did some deals with him back in the day. There's a Walgreens. Now, Walgreens used to have the best real estate department in the business, so this corner is obviously very good, and you don't have to worry about that. This strip mall here looks pretty dilapidated. So this is not the prime part of Anaheim, but here's a Wells Fargo. You got a big, big shopping center here, the Pep Boys, and my favorite of all is El Pollo Loco. And it looks like that's a Target. I don't know why they didn't. Oh yeah, here it is. Target, Five Below, Ross, IHOP. So you got everybody here. That's really the dominant center. So obviously you'd rather have a pad there. That looks good. And there's your Taco Bell. Now this is a decent sized Taco Bell, and a lot of, you see how much stacking they have here? This is a newer Taco Bell, so they really, this is a larger lot. That's what they would make you go through. There's a city view, far away from a Walmart. Now here's Disneyland right here. That's how far are you away from Disneyland. This is ground zero for retail. You got the Anaheim, the Angel Stadium here. You got the Honda Center there. And here's a big Kaiser Permanente seniors, or actually that's just a regular Kaiser Permanente hospital. You got Home Depot, but look at the density here in Los Angeles or in Anaheim. That's very high density. So this piece of real estate is very good. I don't know the exact demographics. We can take a deeper dive, but that's basically it on this deal. Please like, subscribe, share, and if you're in a 1031 exchange and you need some help, give me a call, 310-721-7375, or Jordan at 1031doctor.com. Have a great day.